Okay, so we're going to set up our ruler guides. My document is 8.5 by 11, which is going to be the size of your the letterhead document. And so I'm going to press create. Okay. Now, what we get here is we get our 8.5 by 11 document, and if we had, I'm just going to do a quick little rectangular grid, and if I click once, I can choose what my rectangular grid will look like. Let's say it's I don't know, 10 inches high by 7 inches wide, and the number of divisions is 5. Maybe the vertical dividers and horizontal dividers, I don't know, I'll just put 12, something like that, and then I'll press OK. All right, so I get this grid that I have here, and I don't know, maybe I'll scale it down and it's here, and whatever this chart is for my information, I can use this as an example. But for text purposes and things like that, what I want to do is I need to set up a margin that allows me to stay within a certain boundary for my text. And the reason why I want to set up a margin is because I don't want the text to go too close to the edge, and I want to be consistent all around. So I'm going to press Command R or go up to View, Rulers, and Show Rulers. And then there's the Command R next to it. So I click that, and then from the left, I have the ruler where I can click and drag to the right. And right now, basically, I'm looking at the ruler up here to see what that distance or value is, right? As I move my mouse up there, the page moves down, and then let's say if I let go, and I'll press Command 0 to bring it back full screen. But this is my value that I'm looking at here. Halfway between 0 and 1, that's going to be 0.5. If I look over here, this ruler guide is selected, and so I can tell that this is 0.486 from the 0 edge of my page, right? So maybe I want my guides to be 0.5, so I can type in this 0.5, and my ruler guide will be exactly half an inch from the edge, right? From the top, I can do the same thing. I can drag it on the screen right to 0.5. And so normally what I'll use is either a 0.5 or 0.25 guide. 0.25 is probably the lowest that you want to go. And that would be, let me just select that and then do 0.25. And that's really close to the edge, but if you need that space, I would say that's the lowest margin that I would go. And then the other thing is this. So you can do that all the way around, and you'll get your guides to be about the same. And so I'm looking at the ruler, and I'll have about the same distance around, and I can make sure my text stays within that margin. Now, the difficult part is when you create another artboard. So I'm going to create another artboard. All right, now this artboard is here, and I'm going to go to View, Guides, Clear Guides. So I take my guides away. Now, when I am here and I'm here, you see I'm looking at the ruler here, and this is the 0 point. When I click on this artboard, the 0 changes to the top corner of that artboard. 0, 0. And then when I click on this artboard, the 0 changes here, and here. So when you're dragging guides, it'll give you that 0 point from the edge of that artboard. And that's the benefit of using artboards within the same document, is that you can find that 0 point, but you have to click on the artboard to do that. Okay? So for your any of your documents that you have text, I want you to stay within, let's say, a, I don't know, 0.25 to 0.5 margin. Sometimes, if you have I don't know, another document, I'm not sure which document that you would have in this particular thing, but if you have another document, maybe you stay within like a inch margin. But you can vary between where your margins are. The only thing is that you should stay consistent with whatever margin it's going to be. And you can stay consistent by using the guides. Okay? So for any of your documents that have text on them, I want to see that you have guides on the page for that document and that artboard. The other thing is the content that you're creating. I want to make sure that you are naming your layers and grouping them and organizing them in a way that you can easily get to the information. So next class, to test that, I'm going to pick out something on your document and I'm going to say, I want you to select that particular thing and I want you to change the color. And I want you to be able to get to it quickly, or isolate one thing so that you can get to the other thing, and you're going to be able to change that quickly. Okay? So make sure you name your layers, group your layers, organize them so that things are easy to get to. Number one. And then number two is make sure you're using your guides to set margins for your text so that it's not close to the edge and the text stays consistent in a safe place away from the cut zone. Okay?